Hi, good day. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to integrate your app with AdMob Mediation using the Facebook Audience Network. Before I proceed, I assume you have the basic knowledge of AdMob. AdMob is simply a Google monetizing network that you can use to monetize your app by putting up ads in your app, and when you get interaction on those ads, Google pay you, similar to Facebook Audience Network. So let's say you want your monetizing network to be diverse and you want to use Facebook Audience Network as well. I'm going to be teaching you how to integrate it with our platform using this video. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to be using this app OS concept for this tutorial video. So I'm going to go to download your app tab. I'm going to click so I'm going to scroll down. So under this page, this monetize your app page, this is where I'm going to be setting up my app. So I am going to click on this and this. Then I'm supposed to set up the IDs. So I'm going to get these IDs from AdMob after linking it to the Facebook. So first of all, I'm going to go to AdMob, and before I create mediation, I'm going to add the app first. So I'm going to click add apps, and I'm going to click this add app here. The app I want to add is Android, so I'm going to click Android. Yes, for your app to be properly monetized, for you to monetize app with AdMob now, before it used to be possible to monetize after you do not publish, but they've written it here, the upcoming changes, it has already been effected. I don't know why they haven't changed this context. If your app is not published on any store, probably App Store or Google Play, you won't be able to monetize it, or other app network that AdMob or other app stores that are AdMob supported. If your app is not published there, you won't be able to monetize your app. Ads will not show after doing this integration that I'm about to do. So ensure that your app is either on App Store or Google Play. So I'm going to click on Android now because my app is published on the Android store. I'm going to click continue. Then I'm going to find the app. The app is OOS concept, right? I'm going to click search. Alright, you can see the app has already been added. I just show you how you are going to add your app in case it has not already been added. So you look for it on this one is for Google Play. This one is for Google Play. So you look for it where your app is published. If your app is published on Amazon App Store, Galaxy Store, Oppo App Market, and so on, you can check any of these boxes and search, or you can see other app stores that is being supported by AdMob at this time. So since my app has already been added, I'm going to go back now. I'm going to click on mediation. I'm going to go back. I can see the app here. So first thing first, I'm going to click add unit because I want to create add unit for this app. I'm going to click this add unit and I'm going to create some add unit for this app. So I'm going to start with banner. I'm going to click OOS banner. You don't need to make any advanced settings. So okay, here are the ID. So yeah, it has given me the app ID and the add unit. So I can just copy this app ID here. Copy this app ID and then go back and paste it here under this app ID. You can see, and go back here. I'm going to copy this add unit as well. This is the add unit for banner, so I'm going to paste it in the banner ID. Remember that I'm configuring this video for Android, so I'm going to paste it here as well. I'm going to go for the interstitial, which I've not created that yet. So I'm going to click on create another add unit. I'm going to select interstitial. I'm going to click OOS interstitial. I'm going to click on create. and then I don't need to copy the app ID. App ID is usually the same for each OS. App ID for Android and app ID for iOS. But since I'm going to be using just one app ID because it is the same, so the only thing I need is this ad, the particular ad unit for this interstitial that I just created. So I'm not going to copy this again because it is the same app ID. So I'm going to just copy this interstitial and then go back here and paste. So I'm going to select banner and interstitial. So this one is asking me that which of this do I want to display. So I'm going to, if I select banner interstitial, it means that I want to display both. So I'm going to select both and I'm going to click save. Alright, that's good. So then how do we link this to Facebook Audience Network? What we basically want to do is that in case AdMob failed to serve ads to user, Facebook Audience Network can take the ad space and then serve their own ads. What this means for you is that you have the opportunity to generate revenue from two sources. Instead of using AdMob alone, you generate money from Facebook Audience Network and then you generate money for AdMob as well. So I'm going to go to Facebook Audience Network now and I'm going to sign up and I'm going to add this app and I'm going to do the setup for you. So before I proceed, let me go back to here, the AdMob. I'm going to click done and then I'm going to click on mediation. I'm going to create a mediation group. I'm going to select Android. I'm going to select banner. Remember, I'm going to select banner because I want to create for banner now. I'm going to click on continue. I'm going to name it banner mediation group. So just leave the default setting here. It's okay, but you can also customize it to your own taste and want, but I'm going to leave the default here. So it's asking me to add unit. I'm going to select the app I just added, which is OS concepts. I can't find the sorry here. Yeah, so here you can see OS banner. It has already appeared, so I'm going to click done. That means I've added the app that I want. So I'm going to add sources now. There is already AdMob network. AdMob is always going to be sources because it's the default. So I'm going to add another sources, which is the Facebook Audience Network. You can see I'm going to select Facebook Audience Network. So it's asking me for placement ID. How do I get this? I have to go to Facebook Audience Network and find this particular ID and paste it here. So I'm going to go to Facebook now. I'm going to go to Facebook now. Okay, good. I'm here. Remember, if you do not have an account for Facebook Audience Network, you need to sign up for an account first, and then you are going to land on this admin dashboard area. So the next thing to do is to add your app as well. The same app you added from Google Play the other time, remember. So you need to add it here as well and configure it to get the placement ID. So that is basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to performance and I'm going to click on integrations. Then I'm going to click on property. I'm going to create a new property and just name it anything. Let me collapse this for now and name it anything. Let me name it OS concept project. Then I'm going to click on create property. So I'm going to select a format. So after creating OS concept property, this is where I landed. So I'm going to click on Android because I want to add an Android app. Android app can only be set up with bidding. Okay, so you click on continue and you are going to paste the URL of your app here. Let me get the URL of my app. I'm going to OOS concept. I'm going to search. Here is my app. You can see. I'm going to copy this URL. Like you can see, this is the app. I'm going to copy this URL and click copy. I'm going to go back and then paste here. The app is loading. Okay, good. So I've pasted it and the app name has been dictated. You can see OS concept and Android. So next thing, you click on next. You can see the app is here. So it's going to ask you to set up a payment account. So be informed that to use the Facebook audience network, you need a Facebook account. So the payment account that is being set up on your Facebook will definitely appear here. If you do not have one, you'll be prompted to configure one. Then you click on next, and it's going to ask you app review needed. Verify your app. So you're going to choose an option to verify your app. Copy the line and add it to your appart.txt file at oosconcept.com, or verify with your email. So I am going to verify with email such as support@oosconcept.com. So this is what I'm going to be verifying it with. I won't be using .txt file because it's a little bit complicated. So I'm going to use this and click on send code. So I already got the code. I'm going to click on submit. Okay, you can see the app has been verified. The reason why that email is shown to me, you're probably wondering that why do you have that email shown to you when you have a different email for your Facebook account? The reason why that email is shown is the email I put in as my support email on Google Play. That is the email that Facebook fetched and showed to me that it is linked to my app, and I need to verify that email. So you're not going to be, if the email you use for your Facebook to sign up for your Facebook is not the email you use when you are filling in the support email for Google Play, it's not the same. It's going to show you the one you filled for Google Play. So I hope you understand. In case you don't see the email you sign up your Facebook with as the email to verify your app. So I'm going to click on next now. I'm going to click on banner because I'm working on banner. I'm going to click continue. I'm going to click on add placement ID. So here is the placement ID I was looking for all along. Here is the placement ID I was looking for all along. So I'm going to click on copy. If you click it this way, it's going to copy it. I'm going to go back now. I'm going to paste. I'm going to click done. You can see. So I'm going to click save now. The changes has been saved successfully. So I have configured this for banner. I need to do the same thing to configure the interstitial ad. So I'm going to click on done, and I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here and I'm going to create another placement. That is for the interstitial. This is what I need to. So I'm going to name it interstitial placement. I'm going to click on this interstitial. Remember that we've configured the same similar placement for banner the first time. So the next one is interstitial. So I'm going to leave this. I'm going to have to leave this configuration the way they are in the default price and everything, and I'm going to click on create placement. Okay, you can see that the placement is ready to publish. So I'm going to get code. So I'm going to click on this. You can see the placement ID for this as well. I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to go back to this. This one is for banner alone. So I'm going to create similar thing for interstitial. So I'm going to create interstitial mediation. I'm going to click Android because I'm configuring for Android. I'm going to name it interstitial for OOS. I'm going to click on hard unit. I'm going to select the same, so you can see the interstitial has already been posted here. I'm going to click done, and I'm going to then add the source. You can see the OS interstitial has been added. This OS interstitial that is being added is the previous add unit that we created on AdMob interstitial that is appearing here. So now we have to link both of them to Facebook Audience Network so as to interact and work together and show ads to the user, so that we can diverse our revenue stream and get paid from AdMob and also Facebook Audience Network as well. So I'm going to click Add Sources. I'm going to click Facebook. Then I'm going to click Displacement ID and click on Paste. That's the previous ID that I copied. I'm going to click Save Now, and I'm going to click Save. You can see both of them has been verified. The status has been verified and is now active. So Facebook is going to, your ad will not display immediately. Facebook is going to review your app. Likewise, Google, both platform are going to review your app, and after your app has been approved, they will send you an email in respect to that, and your app will start displaying ads and you start generating revenue. So it is as simple as that. If you want to configure for iOS, you are going to do the same thing that I did, but instead of selecting Android, you'll be selecting iOS instead. You configure it's just exactly the same way I did this. That's how you are going to do for iOS as well. Let me just show you example before I end the video. I'm going to go back to this OS concept, the property that we created. Let me close this. So you can see that this is Android app, and you can see that the status is in review. So I can add more platform. I'm going to, you can see iOS, so I can click iOS here, and I'm going to click continue if I want to add for iOS, but I am not adding for iOS. So you can see, instead of pasting your Google Play URL, you look for your URL on App Store, and then you paste here, and then you follow the same configuration, the same verification, and the same configuration, and then you're going to get your placement ID, and then go to AdMob. Where is AdMob? You go to AdMob, you create mediation. Instead of selecting Android here, you first of all select banner, but before you do for AdMob, you have to first of all add your iOS app for AdMob. You go here, you click add app, you click iOS instead of Android, you click yes. Of course, you cannot link an app that you have to publish your app on iOS before it can be used. So you click yes and then continue, and then you find your app on App Store by clicking by pasting the URL, your developer name or app ID. Then you click add. Your app is going to appear here. Then you click add. Then you go back and then set up what's it called? Set up ad unit for such app. You can see it for this OS concept. If it is an iOS app, is to have displayed iOS here, and then instead of Android here, iOS will be displayed, and then you click on it, you create your placement ID and blah blah blah. You do the same setup. You just follow the similar thing I did for Android, but instead of you selecting Android platform, it's going to be the iOS platform. It's as simple as that. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please click on subscribe on our channel. Have a good day.